It's movies like this that make me wish Alfred Hitchcock were an immortal. Before I Go to Sleep is the story of a woman who wakes up every morning having forgotten everything about the day before. Nicole Kidman plays the role of the amnesiac and every day has to come to grips with her doubt and suspicion of the world around her as things begin to be revealed that make her question everything she knows and loves. That's right, it's basically Memento, but done without any of the mind-bending twists and artistic flair of Christopher Nolan. But still, it's a decent concept, so can Kidman and the crew make it something new and interesting to watch? Well, first let me say this. I actually think this is a really well-plotted story. For its flaws, and there are many here, the backbone of the thriller dynamic is not one. I found myself compelled by this woman's discovery of the truth of her life, and the way those pieces came into clarity was genuinely interesting to me. There's a real sense of tension in existing in that constant confusion with her. It's hard to deny. And when the movie works, it's in the basic telling of that story. Also, I should at least mention that Kidman and Firth make good use of this material with a couple decent performances here as well. But here's the frustrating thing. This movie could have been so much better. I know I mentioned it at the front, but seriously, I really do miss Hitchcock in these kind of flicks. He would have knocked this out of the park, if for no other reason than his understanding of how to use information in story movement to create suspense with an audience. As it stands, this movie tends to let the audience know information at the same time as our lead, which works in some ways, but I think should have been more varied. It seems to me Hitch would have played with that key info in ways that revealed things when the audience needed them, not when the characters did, creating a much more engaging ride. Plus, this movie seemed to get so lost in the soap opera aspects of the story that it slowed down the tension to a crawl while it chose to emphasize the melodrama as opposed to the tense and taut story points that should have been driving the proceedings. The overall effect of which is a movie that feels slow and drawn out by the end, which aren't exactly traits you really want when you're making a supposed thriller. At the end of the day, Before I Go to Sleep is a wasted shot at a pretty decent concept and story. Kidman and Firth are fine and all the ingredients are there, but a mishandling of the suspense and a bit too much melodrama made it feel much too slow. I can't forget enough of my experience to give it anything better than an already generous C+. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. Stay tuned for this review's best ever challenge here in a bit. First, I want to throw some stuff up over here that you can click on. If you'd like to subscribe, which I'd very much appreciate, you can do that by clicking the big gray subscribe button. And if you want to see more, well, I've also got reviews out this week of the Glenn Campbell doc I'll Be Me and the Jake Gyllenhaal flick Nightcrawler. You can also click the logo right up here if you want to go to the all-new YourMovieFriend.com, where you can find a searchable database of reviews as well as the written text of these videos. And finally, this review's best ever challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to identify my choice. What is the best memory loss movie ever? Lots of great films in this category, but I'll go with the one where a new kind of secret agent was born. Drop your own answer and a guess at mine in the comments, and the first person to guess mine does get a point. Thanks, and please subscribe.